Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Here's something I did not know. You know, Dave Chappelle went to a very fancy school. Listen to the name of the school. The Duke Ellington School of the Arts in Washington. He went to that school. He graduated from that school. And that school pulled a fundraiser that was going to be in the name of Dave Chappelle for a theater, I believe. Now, why did they pull that fundraiser? Of course, because of that special, the comedy special, The Closer, where he told a lot of jokes about the Transformer people, right? He told a lot of jokes. They were funny jokes. You know, he just nailed it. They were hilarious. Funny guy. I'm sure a lot of people that are trans actually probably would laugh at those jokes. Heck, Jim Stephanie Sterling would probably laugh at a lot of those jokes. Most people would laugh at those jokes, but some people felt uncomfortable. Some of the students felt uncomfortable. Now, there's two statements here. I'll give the two statements, one by the school and one funny one by Dave Chappelle. Now, the school says, as a learning institution that champions inclusivity, diversity, equity, and belonging, we care deeply about protecting the well-being and dignity of every member of our student body, faculty, and community. The school said in a statement, we also believe moving forward with the event, originally scheduled for November 23rd, 2021, without first addressing questions and concerns from members of the Ellington community, would be a missed opportunity for a teachable moment. Teachable moment? How about you teach these people what it means to laugh? You teach them humor. Teachable moment. Here's the response from Dave Chappelle. Dave says, if anyone says trans people are angry at me, they're wrong, Chappelle said. And if you see a trans person, buy them a coffee or lipstick or whatever they want and tell them Dave Chappelle sent you. So that's pretty funny. Buy them a coffee or a lipstick, you know. But, you know, that is also something that probably they might not like, you know. Just imagine this. Think about this for a second. You're Dave freaking Chappelle. You know, you graduated from that school. You made something of yourself. Hell, I don't know if anyone else graduated from that school that's as famous as Dave freaking Chappelle, right? And they're going to do a fundraiser, you know, for this theater there in the name of Dave Chappelle. But they cancel it. That's his old school. That's his alma mater. So now, because he did exactly what, you know, I mean, that's his job. He told really funny jokes for a living, right? That's not the only funny thing he said. He said that they're uninviting me to things that I didn't even want to go to, you know? But just imagine being Dave Chappelle and finding out that a fundraiser was canceled because a handful of offended people, offended trans people, a handful of people were not comfortable being around you. He's a funny stand-up comedian. He's a nice guy. You know? He's not a hateful person. He's just a funny guy, and he's speaking the truth. What kind of a shocking statement did he say in The Closer? None of that was shocking. Not to 99.9% of the population. None of that was shocking that he said. Everything he said makes sense. You know? He made arguments that made perfect sense to 99.9% of people. Like, and if you're the fraction of a percentage of the people that are Transformers, you don't have to laugh at his comedy, his stand-up, right? But, you know, you should not be in a position to where you're trying to cancel or censor somebody for doing essentially their job. Dave Chappelle's job is to make people laugh. He makes people laugh at a high level. Now, granted, The Closer wasn't funny as his other stand-ups, but imagine that. Imagine having that power that society is trying to give to Transformers right now. You know, they're trying to basically give them the super powerful ability to just cancel fundraisers, cancel careers. You know, oh, we gotta be careful of this. We got to be careful of the power that we give to such a small percentage of the population. You know, he talks about in The Closer how, you know, he looks at and he's studying the trans people and how they've acquired so much power in such a small amount of time. And he's like, wow, like, how'd y'all do that? You know, like black people, we're taking notes. You know, the women's movement, they're taking notes. I can't think of any other movement that has such a quick turnaround. I can't think of any, right? It's like you wake up one day and people are laughing at the absurdity of, you know, Bruce Jenner being Caitlyn Jenner. And then the next day, Bruce Jenner is somehow Woman of the Year. And again, it's so funny in that stand-up where he's like, wow, he don't even have a real one down there. You know, how do you swing that, right? You're the Woman of the Year, but you're going to a men's urinal after they present you the award. Okay, that's something that, you know, I just kind of added there. So yeah, basically the students were threatening to walk out. Ooh, threat of a walkout. Oh my goodness. People are walking outside? Woo, we got to shut things down if people are walking outside. And I'm reading here that Dave Chappelle, actually in the past, has donated over $100,000 to that school of his own money and one of his Emmy Awards. So you have all this money that he's donated to you. You actually have one of the man's Emmy Awards. And you mean to tell me that a couple people that feel uncomfortable, like that's enough for you to cancel this fundraiser? I would be ashamed if I was a school. You know, I would, if I was putting that statement out there, I would say at the end, and we are refunding Dave Chappelle that $100,000 because you know what? We can't bag Dave Chappelle anymore. It's a teachable moment. You know, we're basically just, we're going to blackball Dave Chappelle. You know, we're going to cancel Dave Chappelle. At least, you know, if you see Dave Chappelle, tell him not to come on these grounds, you know. Hey, it's kind of weird, right? You're not giving him his money back, right? You'll hold on to the money. That's no problem, right? Cut that man a check. Give the man his Emmy Award back. If you're going to, you know, be like that. No. This was a teachable moment. And they failed the lesson.